Good morning, everyone. I already took care of all the animals. The ducks are eating happily. The cats and the chickens are enjoying the cat food. Just the one chicken that doesn't go up at night. But I wanted to talk to you all about our garden today. We were planning on doing so much more than we can, so we're just going to roll with it and do something else this year. So we were planning on having a really early garden. If you've been following our story, then you know that that was not possible. We were finally able to plant just a few weeks ago. So while most of people in our same climate are harvesting and starting to get their first fruits out of their garden, we're excited about our plants going from little seedlings to, plants. But let's go over to the garden. So I was going to let out the chickens before I went over there, but it's well guarded. Hi, goats. Good morning, sweet girl.
Good morning.
They all love you. You wanted me to wait for you to let the chickens out? Go for it. Don't let the goats in, okay? In fact, let's just do the little door today. Ready. No, Abby. Not with that goat right there. So our corn is looking pretty tall. That rain did a lot of good. And I had planted these beans by it and thinking that the beans would climb up the stalks. There we go. The funny thing is, the beans are apparently a bush variety. Oh, well, you live and learn. The pumpkin is doing great. The pumpkin was one that I planted about the time it should be, so that's not late at all. We have several varieties of tomatoes, and they're starting to flower. So that's super exciting. Isn't yet?
No.
We'll get there. Yours is a cherry tomato, so once it starts getting flowers, those will pop up like nobody's business. All right, love? Okay. Our beautiful cantaloupe plants are really starting to grow. These are mostly for us or to sell. We have a lot of plants, so maybe we can sell a bunch of them. But they're so good when they're ripe. Stores, they pick them so long before they're ripe so they don't get rotted throughout the shipping process, But then they taste more like wood and less like the juicy cantaloupe that I love. So that's why we're growing our own. We had been thinking that because we have such a nice long circle driveway, we would be able to set up like tables and whatnot, maybe along here, and sell our produce. It didn't happen. That's okay. But we thought, why not invite it to other people? So we're going to start having other people sell their produce here. And that'll get our names started, for one, and for two, when we do start getting things, so we don't have to try to get a customer base. And then next year we'll jump in even earlier. All right, on to the squash. So this is honey nut squash. This squash, because it has a hard exterior, we'll be able to keep it for 6 months in a cool, dry area. Hopefully a cellar, just saying. But the benefit of that is that we can feed our animals. All of our animals can eat that. The pigs, the goats, the chickens. I guess not the cats, but
The dog.
but yeah, so we tried to plant things that were not just good for us, but could also be good for the animals. The watermelon is mostly just for me. I haven't shared this before, but I have a chronic condition. It's called POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And watermelon is a natural electrolyte, and that's what I need. So what I do is I slice up the watermelon as normal, but then put it in a blender and just drink the juice like that. And it's almost as good as getting an IV. And whoop, here's our watermelon. It's following the sun, isn't it? Hoping we'll get some really good harvest out of the watermelon. I don't know if it was too late. We started with seedlings instead of with seeds, so hopefully. But they're growing nicely. So this is watermelon here, and then that's watermelon. Don't walk in it, please. And then there's watermelon down there, but I don't think you can see it. And then in the middle of several of these, so right here somewhere, I planted some flowers because watermelon need extra pollinators. They don't really do a good job of attracting pollinators since their flower is only there for a day. Abby, guess what plant this will be?
Watermelon?
Nope.
Carrot?
Okra. I don't know what okra is. You know when I make soups and stuff, and there's that thing that looks like a pinwheel and has the little tiny seeds in it? I'll show you inside.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have an intruder. That's Dimitri over there. Thank you, Abby. We need to get a collar for him. We're more concerned about the big goats because he can only nibble, and honestly, he was in the midst of the weeds anyway. The big goats could just decimate everything in an afternoon. So beans are pretty fast growers. I actually planted a ton of these, but then it rained for a solid week or so. And I think most of them washed away. But I mean, if they did, we could end up with bean sprouts spread throughout our garden. And I was mostly planting the beans so that it would add more nitrogen to the soil. We have lots of heavy feeders, and rather than using chemical fertilizers and whatnot, we're using lots of rabbit poop, some goat poop, and plants that complement each other. So the beans for the corn and the rest of the garden really, and whatnot. Now this is the star of the show. This is the summer squash, and it has really, really taken off. I need to get some aluminum foil, and I'm going to wrap the stems in aluminum foil so that vine borers can't get to them. We don't have any right now, so I'll have to go shopping, but it's big enough for that. Oh my word, y'all, we have our first flower. Oh, that's so exciting. Hello, precious. We're definitely going to get fruit from you, aren't you? So the ones on a long stem like this, these are the male flowers, and the female flowers look like they're coming in right down there. Maybe. If it develops like a bulb at the base, then you know it's a female flower. I don't know if this corn is going to make it in time, but I hope so. Now, I told y'all before that sweet potatoes tend to trail. Look at how beautiful this is. I just love it. Honestly, I had started it in grow bags by our front porch because the foliage is just so beautiful, and I thought it would make a good ornamental plant. However, because it's, you know, it was such a small space, I knew it would have to come to the garden eventually. And then we have 2 rows of potatoes. I wonder if something is getting in here and eating this, or if this is still from our goats eating it when it was by the goat structure. So I just want to say that this gives me hope. These are those wild blackberries. And last year, it came up in my Facebook feed that I was making blackberry jam last year. But this year, there are like 2 blackberries on this, and the rest of them are red. And last year, they were all black. So I'm thinking maybe we have time for a garden. So we came out to feed them mostly, and to try once more to see which ones are boys and girls. But at first I only saw 9, and so we didn't feed them right away. And Miss Piggy is like, "Excuse me, I am a nurse and mama. I am hungry." All right, Abby, let me do that. Okay, they have little piles here. I'm going to put some in her bowl up there, and then maybe the little piglets will follow us up there. We'll see. They're pretty adorable.
Yeah.
Someone said that the best way to check if they're boys or girls is to wait until they're nursing. And other than the first time we saw them, and we didn't know to check then, we haven't even seen them nursing. So I think we might camp out and wait for them to nurse.
Camp out?
It might be great for y'all to see it on the video too, huh?
Camp out?
They've gone quite deep into the underbrush. But 2 of these spotted ones have already found a home. I'm trying to get a really good picture of them.
Uh-oh. Hello, Mr. Pig.
Hi.
I promise.
Hi, Mr. Pig. We don't have food for you.
Oh my word. It's scaring me.
Well, hey, there we go. We just get Miss Piggy to move, and all of our babies move. But 2 of the spotted ones already found homes, and 1 of the black ones did as well. So the 2 on the outside are girls, the 2 spotted ones on the outside, and that one in the middle is a boy. And then I was able to count for sure we have at least 6 girls. So far, we have people interested in 5 girls, which is about half of the whole litter.
Well, I'm petting him. He said it's some hair. I'm lucky.
But they're pretty sweet together.
Yeah. Two perfect. Just like you two were first. Mr. Pig shredded another hair.
getting harder for me to tell which one is the runt. That's good. Maybe he's starting to bulk up. That would be the best case scenario. Oh, poor mama. How many mamas can feel this right now?
Mr. Pig's coming to save the day. Or not. He's just coming to smell us.
I think he wants some.
Buzzard!
It's way over there, honey. Don't worry.
Alert, alert. Go get Jenny.
So we saw a buzzard, and Abby pointed it out, and Jenny decided to go after it and get rid of it. She is a good dog.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it way up there.
I sure
It's
can.
just up in that tree. And Jenny is resolutely trying to get that thing down. I don't know if it's going anywhere though. It's pretty high up there. So Daddy is here, lounging away. Mom's over there, eating and getting what she needs for nutrients. And the piglets are all there. Oh, one of them is trying to eat, going to war with that little piece of hay. They're so cute. They're nursing. I think she only has 10 nipples. I need to look at her more closely next time. But I think that's why there's always one, the odd one out, and then they keep trading places for little guys and girls. Sweet little baby. She says, all done. Oh my word, look at this one. I was trying to nurse for Mr. Pig. Hey honey, I don't think that'll work.
Oh my God.
That's a boy. You're not going to be able to get anything from him.